All right, in case you missed it, the 87th Annual Academy Awards happened last night, Hollywood Super Bowl, if you will. Here is how the night opened.
J.K. Simmons.
Tonight we honor Hollywood's best and brightest.
Hilarious. Here to talk more about the big night is our friend, of course, and People Magazine contributor, Steve Helling. Thanks for being here, Steve. I always love it when you come on the show.
Nice to be here.
So much knowledge. So let's get right into it. Of course, the biggest award of the night, Best Actor, Best Actress. We have Eddie Redmayne for Theory of Everything and Julianne Moore for Still Alice. So what are your thoughts on those?
Well, I knew that Julianne Moore was going to win. I think, you know, she pretended to be all surprised, which is kind of what you do, but, you know.
It's like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty much a lock. Eddie Redmayne was kind of a surprise to me. I thought it was going to be Michael Keaton. I really did.
Did you really?
I did. And you know, I think both of them were worthy performances. You know, there was nobody who won who I thought, oh, they didn't deserve it. But I just didn't expect Eddie to win.
Yeah, and speaking of, so Best Picture went to Birdman. A lot of people thought it was going to go to Boyhood.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I didn't agree with it. I'll say that.
And why? Why would you say that?
I loved Boyhood. Thought it was fantastic. I thought it really should have gotten more love than it got.
I know the concept of filming something for 12 years, a week a year, following everyone's life is pretty phenomenal.
It was a fantastic movie. It
yes,
really
it was.
And then of course Selma. I was really kind of hoping for Selma because it was such a good movie. And
especially too for everyone talking about the lack of, you know, of diversity. It would have been nice to give Best Picture to Selma, at least for that.
Well, you know, and I'm not a big fan of giving it for just to say we're diverse, but I really thought the film stood on its own as a great film. Birdman was great, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't expect that to win Best Picture.
Okay, well, we'll see what you think about Best Supporting. So J.K. Simmons for Whiplash. I haven't seen it yet. I heard he was incredible.
He's incredible in it. He's the farmer's insurance guy. You know,
who would have thought, right?
I mean, I knew him from like Law and Order, but he's one of those people who's been in Hollywood for forever, and he finally won, and good for him.
And what do you think about Patricia Arquette for Boyhood?
Absolutely.
Well deserved.
The best thing about that is that you got to see how she progressed as an actress over 13 years. She was terrible at the beginning, and she was fantastic at the end.
That's pretty interesting. Yeah. You usually don't get a same movie following your acting chops for 12 years. But speaking of her, so she's also making headlines for her incredible Oscars speech. Let's take a listen to a piece of it.
It's our time to have wage equality once and for all and equal rights for women in the United States of America.
Yes, standing ovation, please, to that. You know, what's even cooler is the reaction from Meryl Streep and J.Lo. I mean, two very powerful women. But of course, she wasn't the only one to make a social statement. We had the Best Director winner for Birdman, Common, and John Legend all kind of spoke about social issues during their speeches. Let's take a listen to those.
The spirit of this bridge connects the kid from the south side of Chicago, dreaming of a better life, to those in France standing up for their freedom of expression, to the people in Hong Kong protesting for democracy.
All right, Steve, real quick, best moment for you of the whole night. What do you think?
Well, I got to say, that speech that we're just watching
right
now, Common, who, you know, what's his name now? I mean, Lonnie, who knew? You know, just watching that speech was fantastic. And I think it was exactly what the Oscars needed.
I totally agree with you. So we're going to toss it over to Jared. We're gonna talk music now, right?
Yeah, let's keep in that music theme with Common and John Legend winning, which was such an amazing thing. But we have to talk about the music from last night's show, the performances. A lot of people are saying Lady Gaga stole the show with her rendition of The Hills Are Alive from The Sound of Music. But Steve, I would love to know your thoughts on that.
I thought, you know, you never know what Lady Gaga is going to do, and so to see her, you know, come out and be a grown-up, that was fantastic. And
be a grown-up.
I was so tired of the Oscars by that point, and she brought me.
She got to revive
she revived me.
Absolutely, and I mean, a lot of people don't really get to hear her sing like this. I think, you know, a little bit with the Tony Bennett duets, that we actually get to hear her voice now. Were you surprised by her performance?
I was surprised that her voice was so good and that she managed to do it so well.
Yeah.
I love the toned down look too in that dress. Like it allows you to just listen to her beautiful voice rather than be distracted by the crazy outfit.
She wasn't wearing meat.
Yeah, a meat dress. It was a nice change.
Which is always a plus. I actually really love this new Lady Gaga that we have now. You know, the engaged Lady Gaga, if you will. But let's also talk about my other favorite performance of the night, John Legend and Common performing their song Glory, which obviously they won for. Let's take a look at that real quick.
Somewhere in a dream we had an epiphany. Now we right the wrongs in history. One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, glory.
So powerful. David Oyelowo was actually crying in the audience during the performance. It's just amazing to see all these powerful artists come together for all this social awareness, so we're very happy about all of that. But we're going to talk fashion too, right, Kristen?
Of course. You know, fashion is always a big topic for any red carpet event, but especially the Oscars. I'll be covering all the best dressed in tomorrow's Positively Fashionable. But let's get to some trending topics during the arrivals last night. First up, real quick, Julianne Moore's dress. Karl Lagerfeld custom designed it. It took 927 hours to make. That's what I call dedication. Another big topic of the night, Zoe Saldana, her post-baby bod. Look at that. She had twins 3 months ago. Looks phenomenal. Definitely a curve-hugging look there. Twitter was blowing up when Lupita hit the red carpet as well. 6,000 pearls on that dress. So definitely a lot of amazing stars. I'll be talking more about them tomorrow. Thank you again for coming,
Thanks
Steve.
for
You're
having me. I
amazing.
appreciate it.